we're asked to add the given radical expressions. In order to add or subtract radicals, we must have like radicals. Like radicals are radicals where the radical part is exactly the same, which means like radicals have the same index and the same radicand. Before we identify like radicals, though, we need to make sure the radicals are simplified. Looking at our first example, we have 4 square root 5 plus 3 square root 5. First, notice how both square roots are simplified, and because both radicals contain the square root of 5, these are like radicals, and we can determine the sum. More formally, these are like radicals because both indexes are equal to 2, and both radicands are equal to 5. We add like radicals just like we add like terms. So if we can determine the sum of, let's say, 4x and 3x, we can determine the sum of these two like radicals. 4x plus 3x is equal to 7x. To add like terms, we add the coefficients. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, and the variable part remains exactly the same. So when it comes to adding or subtracting like radicals, we treat the radical as if it was a variable. So 4 square root 5 plus 3 square root 5 equals 7 square root 5. We obtained the 7 by adding the 4 and the 3, and the square root of 5 remained exactly the same. Number 2, we have 3 square root 3 plus square root 7 plus 9 square root 7 plus 2 square root 3. First, notice how all these square roots are simplified, but not all of these are like radicals. Notice the first and fourth radicals contain the square root of 3, so these two are like radicals, and the second and third radicals contain the square root of 7, and therefore these two radicals are like radicals. Or again, more formally, the first and fourth radicals are like radicals because both have an index of 2 and a radicand of 3. The second and third radicals are like radicals because both have an index of 2 and a radicand of 7. We determine this sum just like we would determine the sum of, let's say, 3x plus y plus 9y plus 2x. Notice for this variable expression, the first and fourth terms are like terms, and so are the second and third terms. Combining the like terms, 3x plus 2x is equal to 5x. We have 5x plus y, or 1y plus 9y equals 10y. So applying the same idea to the sum of the radical expressions, 3 square root 3 plus 2 square root 3 equals 5 square root 3. So we have 5 square root 3 plus square root 7, or 1 square root 7 plus 9 square root 7 equals 10 square root 7. For the last example, number 3, we have 5 square root x plus 4 square root xy plus square root x. Remember, like radicals have exactly the same radical part, so for this expression, only the first radical and the third radical are like radicals. Both have an index of 2 and a radicand of x. Notice for this radical, the index is 2, but the radicand is xy, not x. So we can only add the first and third radicals. So 5 square root x plus 1 square root x is equal to 6 square root x. So the sum is 6 square root x, and we still have plus 4 square root xy. I hope you found this helpful.